Welcome to Saving Us, where we discuss relationships in marriage, family, and beyond. Relationships are hard work and should be a priority. These discussions are here to help you navigate the waters of insecurity and frustration and hopefully guide you to a place of peaceful fulfillment in your own relationships. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode, Season 2, Episode 9 of Saving Us. We welcome you today. All of you who are watching and listening on a regular basis, please continue to do so and share this episode with a friend. Rate us, review us, subscribe to us, all of the wonderful things. Alrighty, let's get into it. So we have 4 segments on our show. And if I didn't say so before, I am the hostess of this show. My name is Deetra, and this is my wonderful co-host, I should say.
Right.
What's your name?
Michael.
Right. Here to serve you. On Saving Us, we talk about how to stay married. That's our intent. So we started our podcast and our show because I wanted to save our relationship. So it's just one way for us to do things together, do something together, just to keep us connected. So that's the whole point of Saving Us. So we decided this season we would have different segments for Saving Us. So our first segment is positive words. So we come up with a different word every week to talk about, like new vocabulary word. So my vocabulary positive word for this week is philology. Philology is the study of literary text, as well as oral and written records, and the establishment of their authenticity and their original form, and the determination of their meaning.
That sounds really complicated.
Philology. So it's like being a linguist or studying literature, the authenticity behind literature. So poetry, classic literature, probably modern literature as well, but you would study the history behind the literature.
That's why she's a doctoral student. I'm just...
But he has a big fancy word that has 4 syllables. Equanimity. 5 syllables.
So my word is equanimity. Did you use philology in a sentence? No, that's okay.
I did not use philology.
Well, I'm sure it can be used in a sentence.
I'm sure it can be.
But equanimity, that means a mental calmness, especially in a situation that's very, very tense. So you remain calm.
Oh.
So, you could say despite his financial troubles, he kept his equanimity.
There you go. See,
yes.
He's the one-up man. He had to use his word in a sentence. But anyway, okay, let's keep going. What do you think about your accountability this week as far as your health, wellness, and weight loss or gain?
You're asking me?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
No, it was not a good week.
It's not a good week.
Not for me. I don't know what it is. Eating at night. Need some grapes. Something.
Why don't you just go buy you some grapes? You talk about grapes a lot.
I don't know. Because I really don't want grapes, but I need to eat grapes.
Okay. That's honest. That's fair. Don't want them. Just want to talk about them.
So I got to get back on the horse next week.
There you go. Get back on the horse.
Yes, there you go. What about you?
Well, I did okay with eating. Didn't lose anything. Fasted for a few days. Gained a pound. So there you go.
You fasted? What did you fast? How did you?
I fasted all foods. I did a juice fast for 3 days.
Oh, so you're doing a juice cleanse?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I did it Wednesday. I did it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Broke fast on Sunday.
Everything come out okay?
It did. I wish more had come out, but it didn't. So there you go.
It's the kind of show we run. Everything's coming out.
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so that was health and wellness. Now talk about finances. What do you think? What's going on?
But we're just holding steady.
We're holding steady.
Yeah.
Were we able, now last week or last time we had an episode, we talked about putting $100 extra on a bill. Were we able to do it?
I don't know that we were. Yeah, for this month, but I don't know that we can continue.
Well, that's what I was just talking about this month.
Yeah. Yes, we were.
Anyway, all right. Just keep going. Okay, topic for today. Okay, we talked about marriage, guys. You know how all the ladies, I don't know if guys do this, you would have to chime in. Most young ladies that I know have a list, or that I used to know, because I don't know too many people now, but have a list of what they want
You
in a
don't know
spouse.
too many people now.
Not people looking to get married.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
I don't know too many people, to be quite honest with you.
You know a lot of people. A lot of people know you.
Most people have a list of what they're looking for in a spouse. Mm-hmm. And I did have a list, too. Now, do I remember anything that was on that list? I only remember one thing that was on the list.
What was
And
that?
I don't know how many things I had on the list. I said, Lord, I want the person that I marry to be saved the same way I am. So, like, I didn't want to marry somebody who's Catholic or
like
somebody.
How you got saved out of drugs and everything? You want somebody else to be on drugs and saved?
Well, if that was my experience, then probably so, because I would be able to identify with them.
Oh,
But
you wasn't saved out of drugs?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't even drugged to church. I enjoyed going.
Really?
It's true. I didn't mind going to church. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just wanted somebody with the same belief system. I mean, I knew that the person would be Christian, because I wasn't going to marry anybody who was not Christian. But you know how we have all different segments of Christianity, and I didn't want to have to fight about what we believed, which we still did for a while, until he realized I was right.
I was going to say, how'd that work out for you? Because I was not Methodist.
No, but you were not strictly any denomination.
No,
and I was not really either.
Yeah, that's true. You were not.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, you liked some formality.
I do.
But you were very.
I still like some formality.
Some formality, yeah. But you're also very.
I appreciate it.
Right. Yeah. I got it. Okay, so that did work out. I was wondering how you were going to say if that worked out or not.
That did work out. Yes.
Well, that's good.
What was on your list, sir?
My list. I didn't have a list. A woman. That was mainly top of the list.
Okay, so girls, take note.
Christian.
Young ladies, take note. Men do not care. As long as you are female.
Yeah.
You could be overweight. You can be skinny.
Yeah.
You could be black, white, or other.
Come on now.
You could have naturally straight hair or naturally kinky hair.
What difference?
Man said, I want a woman. Lord have mercy.
That's it. Hey, you can find something good in everything. If it's a big girl, it's a lot to hold on to. If she's little, you can protect her, whatever you want. Mm-hmm. I will say, I don't know if this is the right thing to say or not, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it should not matter, race and all of that, as long as you're compatible.
Yes.
For me, I did want somebody culturally compatible. Now, that's being pretty transparent. Mm-hmm. I don't know how people will take that, but that was my desire. I mean, if God brought someone else, then, hey, God knows best. But just for me, I think culture, for me personally, had some importance, because I think fighting culturally would have been difficult.
Yeah.
For me, but not for everybody else.
Not for everybody.
Yeah.
No, not for everybody.
What are some things you think people put on lists? Other than, religion or spirituality?
I think a lot of people, I think a lot of women put height for a guy on their list.
How'd that work out
because
for you?
Most that didn't work. Yeah. That didn't work out too well.
Letting it out now.
It's all right. My son is 6 feet tall, so there you go.
Yeah,
that's why I was praying, God, please, Jesus, please, let me at least be 6 feet, God,
all your
please.
kids are tall except your youngest.
Except for Nay, she took to my Johnson side, the short people. Yeah. But I think that's important for a lot of women. That the guy, that didn't work out for me either.
What?
But a lot of women want their guy to be bigger than them.
Why you say that? You always act like you so big. You are not big.
I'm a whole lot of woman over here.
She is not big.
Yeah, I just didn't want to look like the cartoon character of the big fat woman with the little skinny guy.
Well, you just can't bump no more. Now, a lot of young people won't get that. You
right.
Probably don't either. You get it?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of, I can't say a lot. I've seen several couples where, there's a couple that go to our church that, she works out a lot,
Yes.
you know, and she's taller. Especially, see, they put on these heels. Really, you're not taller than me, except when you put on them 3-inch heels. Mm-hmm. And I only have on my little, you know, regular church shoes. Now,
Be like Chris, put your heels on too.
If I put on my platforms now.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's go. You learn how to walk in them.
So that's important. What other things do people put on the list?
Other things that women might put on the list, what kind of job they want their spouse to have,
job,
or how much money they want them to make. It's probably very common.
Right.
What else?
I could see that.
Do you think?
Finance, a job.
Mm-hmm. A certain look, like some people might put race.
Yeah, people may do that.
Because some people prefer, you know, light color, dark color, brown, whatever. Mm-hmm. Whatever you prefer.
The colorism.
on your list. So people would probably put that. I think that for women, that would be the top 3. Probably height. I don't know why height for a lot of people is number 1, but maybe it's just me. I don't know. But height, a certain build too. Okay. Like y'all want my guy to be broad or not broad and just tall, or you know, whatever. Their build, muscularity, I should say. And you know what else? I remember writing this down. I wanted somebody to be healthy.
Healthy?
Yes, okay. Which didn't work out for me either because
what you mean?
Because I had like seasonal allergies and stuff like that growing up. So I thought, man, if I marry somebody who also has allergies, then our kids would probably be sick. This was my thinking. Like if I marry somebody else that has a lot of allergies and stuff, then our kids will be sick because they get it from both parents. I said I need somebody who doesn't suffer with allergies and you know has a strong immune system.
Right.
I was overthinking, but but I remember thinking that.
Why you say that didn't work out?
Because you grew up with allergies. You had to take shots and all that.
When I was little. That's
yeah.
True. But I went to the Army. I had asthma. So you want somebody who can overcome. That's what you should have put.
That's what I should have put.
Yeah, exactly.
Not somebody just born healthy. That's what I do. Somebody just born healthy. Oh. But I remember, now that we're talking, I remember writing that down too.
Well, our kids turned out pretty healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
they do have allergies though. They do. They don't have to take shots and stuff, but they do have that seasonal allergies.
I don't know. They be making up stuff sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, okay.
What you talking about?
Because sometimes, I'll be saying the kids are, allergic to the color grape, or whatever. I don't know about all that.
The color grape. Allergic to the color grape.
Yeah, exactly.
Color and grape.
That's what I'm saying.
Are not compatible.
Exactly.
That's grape color.
Do y'all see what I'm saying?
Purple, maybe? Grape flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So I think the kids are good. I think everything the kids have had have been something external. Like Michael got a bunch of bumps when we went to the Philippines that he was itching, but that was some
allergic
virus.
reaction.
That was not what the doctor said.
What did they say? Because you did take him to the doctor all those times. I did. I took him once, I think, during that whole series.
Yeah. He said he don't know what it is. Put this cream on it.
You don't know what it is.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
But the allergy cream he gave him didn't work.
Right.
So
that doesn't always work.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, yeah. But he's not sickly.
No, that's true.
So that's good.
That's true.
Anyway.
None of them are, which is good.
No. Well, do you think having a list is important?
Yeah, but what do you think most guys put on their list?
Guys?
Yes.
So in your list, you had like height or build or something like that.
Yes, height and build.
You had compatibility in terms of
religion.
Spirituality or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that could be anything with spirit, whatever you are.
Right.
You want that to be compatible.
Right.
See, men at the top of their list, fine woman.
So how looking good, again?
Looks. That you look good. And that you also look good. And old school used to be you could cook, but now I don't think men really. You
don't think they care?
I don't think as much as in my generation, our generation. I don't know. I don't talk to young men about that kind of stuff. So
you should.
Yeah, I mean about specifically
what they're looking for in a spouse or partner.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think it's the kind of the societal culture now that there's a lot of freedom and a lot of individualism and all of that. So, and I think that plays into relationships as well. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to be your own self as well as for a lot of people. So anyway, I don't know what guys put on their list.
As what?
As what? What'd I say?
You just stopped talking.
Say what I said.
You said, I don't know what you said. You said something about you being important for your own self as well as, and then you just changed the subject.
Well. I hate when people do that. I cannot stand when people do that. I hate that. I have people who talk and they just don't finish their sentence. I can't stand that either. So what I was saying was it's important for people to be individuals as well as to be together in the relationship. Both those things are equally as important. It's not as important to be sacrificial and to be totally in the relationship only without having your own individuality. It's important for people to be, I'm my own person. Mm-hmm. That's just as important as it is for us to be together in the relationship.
What does that have to do with what's on the person's list?
Well, we were talking about men and what they want their women to cook.
It was okay, and then you start talking about being an individual and then being together. That has nothing to do with cooking.
Yes, it does.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying it's not important. A guy doesn't think about that like our generation thought about those type of things. That okay. I want my woman to be able to cook. I'm independent. I can do for myself. I can go get Chick-fil-A. I can cook. I can do whatever.
Connect the dots for me because I was like, "What is you talking about? You talking crazy?" Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay. So there you go. Men versus women. Okay, so next we said...
is having a list important?
Is having a list.
Which I said like 5 minutes ago. Lord have mercy.
You see, he wants to rush through. Is having a list important? No, I just don't want to be
an hour and a half.
Do you think having a list is important when you're thinking about partnering up with someone?
Do I think having a list is important? I think knowing what you want is important.
That's the same as having a list.
I don't think writing down a list is important. I think just knowing in your heart. Because I think if you write down a list, now you're stuck to that. What if somebody else comes who doesn't meet everything on your list?
Yes, but then you don't know what you want. Well, that's how I see it, Toad.
Well, see, I think you can know what you want in a person without writing down a list.
But why wouldn't you write the vision and make it plain?
This is
set it up so that when you see it, you can run with that.
The difference in guys and girls. But what if you don't? What if you see something that's just that's adjustable? I don't think it's important to have these 10 specific things. I think it's important to have a general, this is what I'm looking for. Mm. But so for example, if I would say race, I'm just picking it out of the air because it's easy. If I would say race, if I want somebody black, well, I'm not going to say I want somebody, just a little bit more than light skin, but not too dark. It could be anybody. It could be light skin, dark skin,
But do you think, would that have been important to you as a 17, 18, 19, 20, up to 25-year-old? Because I'd say that because those kinds of things as a young person are more important than, when you get older.
Not to me.
No.
No. No. And I think a lot of guys, it's fine women all over. It's fine light-skinned women. It's fine middle-skinned women. It's fine dark-skinned women. So.
Not to me. Lord have mercy.
I think guys, that's just us. So.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. So,
what are your non-negotiables?
Thank you, because I was trying to look and see. You can't see. I had to sit up, and then he said my head looked too big. If I get too close to the camera. What are your non-negotiables? What were your non-negotiables?
I don't know.
You didn't have any non-negotiables?
Yeah, I had to be a woman.
God. Your standards were low. That makes me feel bad.
Oh, woman?
All you had to do
That's
was
a big
be
standard.
female, have a uterus. You in there.
I don't even think about uterus. But, okay. Yes, had to be a woman. I did want somebody who was moral. I mean, I would say, I don't know that thought as deep as you, which is probably I should have, because I was in church at the time. But I would say I wanted a church girl. But I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't have been a deal breaker for me.
If she wasn't sane?
Yeah, it wouldn't have.
It would not have been a deal breaker.
Not at the time. But her moral compass would have.
Aww.
I didn't want a thug. I wasn't looking for a thug. I wasn't looking for,
You wasn't looking for a thug, girl.
I wasn't looking for no thug, girl. That was me. That was me. But see, that's people. There's somebody for everybody.
True.
But just me. I was looking for someone with a moral compass who treated people nice.
You're just a nice person.
A nice person. I just wanted a nice person.
Now, how'd that work out for you?
You're a nice person.
You think so?
Yes. You're a very nice person.
Okay.
You don't think you are?
If you say so. I don't think so. Not when we met. Not particularly.
Well, you don't think you were nice. You were nice. You used to sing to me on the phone. You don't remember that, do you?
Oh, God.
No. She did. She used to sing. Call her up late at night. Used to sing. You did.
Okay. All right.
You did.
Non-negotiables.
Yeah. What were yours?
Well, I don't think I probably had any at that time.
Non-negotiables.
Now, as I advanced in age, I think everybody should have some non-negotiables.
Well, you had
I didn't have any experience in relationships really to know what could be a non-negotiable or what should have been a non-negotiable. But I think your non-negotiable should be. I had one. I did have one. If you smoked,
you had a smoking non-negotiable. That's good.
Because somebody was interested in me who smoked.
Yes, I know.
And I was like. I don't know if I could do that. He did quit smoking though. I talked to him after we got married. He was like, I quit.
After who got married?
Good. After we got married.
I
That's
did not
all
know
him.
that. See, I didn't know that.
Because you ain't with me all the time, man.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I'll be doing out here in them streets.
Oh, Lord, mercy. All right.
But yeah, I couldn't have been with a smoker of anything.
So that was, smoking of anything.
Of anything.
That was your non-negotiable.
Yeah, but I think that probably was my only, or a heavy drinker, or
right.
Anybody who used substances to cope with reality.
What about language?
Somebody who cursed a lot?
Yeah, a lot.
That probably would not have bothered me too much if he wasn't cussing at me or his kids or my kids. If he wasn't cussing us out. But if that was just part of his language, I should say now that probably wouldn't bother me. At that time, maybe it would have embarrassed me. But you know what? It would not have bothered me if he knew when to turn it on and turn it off.
Oh, okay.
So like if we were in a social setting where he knew how to do a code switch, I would not have cared. If he was just at home and be watching the game and just be like, blah, 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 blah.
Don't say it.
I'd be like, well, he into the game, whatever. I don't think that would have bothered me.
At the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably would have started using colorful language.
See, that's good.
At that time as well. So it's good that it's good because you're a pastor. But he is a non-profanity user, which is so good. That's so good.
Never been part of
your vocabulary.
Never.
Really?
Never.
Grandma would have punched your teeth down your throat.
Probably. I said 2 curse words my whole life.
And what happened?
And one was in front of my mom.
Oh, that's what happened.
Well, no. She started laughing.
Oh, did she?
Slammed my finger in the door.
Oh, well, yeah.
And she laughed at me.
Understandable.
She laughed at me.
Well, what was the other situation?
Ooh, I can't tell that one.
You can't tell it.
Nah, I was just arguing with another guy.
Oh.
Called him a name.
All right.
So that was it. And that, I was like, ooh. I ain't gonna say it scared me, but it made me like, oh.
You came out of yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't like that feeling.
Right. I ain't doing that no more.
Now, I have never been mad at anybody and cursed at them. I just curse in my head out of frustration.
Yeah.
Stuff just goes, just going through my mind. Like, oh, Lord. Yes. But as a child, I used to curse, though. because my people did. So
Oh, really?
I did too.
You were around them, huh?
Yeah, so it was just in my language. So I guess that's why it's still in me.
You
Because
tell them all your
but
work,
I,
all your
but I
business.
don't, but I don't even think to use profanity at people.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah,
do
I've
it
never
at
heard you.
situations and frustrations and
Oh,
stuff
well, I've
like
never
that.
heard you in 22 years, even at a situation.
Well, praise God. See, God protects us and gives us grace.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I think that's interesting. All right. What is it? Oh, non-negotiables. I don't know. Like I said, I think that was probably it. Smoking, drinking, beating us up, stuff like that. Terrible stuff was non-negotiables.
Okay.
Abuses of any kind.
It should be for anybody.
Right. The things that should be for
But it's
everybody.
not.
Being safe.
Yeah.
I want to feel safe. I guess that was probably the top of my list. I wanted to feel
Be
safe.
safe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go with the list.
What's on your list, guys? Look, I'm looking down. The camera's up here.
Yes.
What is on your list as far as looking for a spouse? And if you're already married, how did you do with your list?
compared to
If
your
you
list.
made a list and you're willing to talk about it, how did you do when you compared who you ended up with what was on your list?
Yeah, that's good.
And did you get the things that you thought were most important? Did you get the things you thought were most important?
Yeah. You're a woman. And you're beautiful.
You're a woman. That's it. Oh,
You're a beautiful
God.
black woman.
All right. So, sir, other than that, how do you really feel?
How do I really feel?
Yes.
Last segment, how do I really feel?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use social media. How do I really feel about social media? So we've had it for a little while now.
Yeah.
It's not new anymore. The freshness is worn off. It's part of our society. It's part of our culture.
Right.
And I know people in my circles, my generation and older, have generally frowned upon most of it, except when they're using it. When they're on
Old
Facebook.
people, I would say old people be on
Well, that's what
Facebook
I'm
all day,
saying.
every day.
Exactly. That's exactly right. They're on Facebook all the time talking about politics and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But they talk about these kids and the social media is going to ruin the world. So for me, I feel that social media, I'm happy that we have it. I think it's a great thing. I think it's just like anything else. It's just like a car. When they first invented cars, there's probably people saying, just ride the horse. Why you got to ride on that machine? You're going to kill somebody, It's not the car. It's not the social media. It's the people using it. Mm-hmm. So I think social media itself is a great thing. Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm done with thinking that social media is going to ruin the future. It could be bad. Social media itself cannot be bad. Only how we use it. So I think it's.
Did you ever think that social media was
I did,
bad?
yeah. I mean,
did?
I think a lot of people did. We blame social media. Even when I talk to young people, when I talk to millennials, we had some conversation with those millennial groups, and you ask about that, they're like, yeah, well, I think it's gonna hurt our society in the future, whatever people say about it. But I don't think. I hate to use this example. Well, I won't use it. So, but I think it's people. I think it's up to the people. So social media, when you just talk about that, I think it's great. I think it's one of the best. I think it's
like anything. It has its checks and balances or its ups and downs.
right. Well, I think but I think social media itself, I think it is fine. I think when you start talking about checks and balances, we should put the responsibility on. Put it where it should lie, and that is on people, not on social media. You can't say social media is bad. No, it's like a telephone. You can't say a telephone's bad, but if you call somebody up and cuss them out, or call somebody and what do you call those people who call and breathe on the phone?
You do prank calls.
Yeah, prank calls and obscene phone calls,
obscene,
whatever
yeah.
you call it. Who is that? The phone's fault? No, it's people. So. How do I really feel? I think social media is great. Stop talking about it like it's a bad thing. Social media is great. Just
you can't do that anymore.
what's that?
Like call somebody and hang up, or call and
yeah.
breathe heavily because
Well, you can.
I mean, they have your number.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, I used to be able to do that. Call somebody just start breathing heavy.
What is the point of that?
I don't know. But that was a big thing when I was growing up. Call somebody, they was breathing heavy. Call the police. I'm scared.
Maybe it was in a movie or something.
Probably
in
sure.
a scary movie or something like that.
Or prank calling.
Yes.
You know, call somebody and say, is Jack there? And they say, no, Jack doesn't live here. Hang up. Call back 2 minutes later, say, is Jack there? And then hang up. Then you call back half hour later, say, this is Jack. Did anybody call for me? See, we used to do that.
Wow.
Anyway, can't do that anymore. So took all the fun out of that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I feel. How do you really feel?
Man. Okay. So I want to talk about taking the vaccine.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I would not say that I am a non-vaxxer. I was never a non-vaxxer.
Were you not?
No, I was a very skeptical vaxxer.
I got you. Okay.
Because I have taken vaccines and I vaccinated my children. So I'm not against vaccines.
That's true.
I am against taking a vaccine that was created so rapidly.
Right. You're a little skeptical about that.
Did not trust. Still do not trust. Okay, I took my first shot.
You did. Of
the vaccine.
You did.
They give you all of this literature when you go.
Yeah.
The vaccines are not FDA approved, people.
Is that
They're
right?
not. Read the literature.
Oh.
These are emergency, they're called emergency something. Like it's just but they don't know. Scientists don't know.
Yeah.
They just think this is right.
Right.
But I think they have most of us believing that
we're-
they know
Right.
this is going to help us, but they really don't know for sure. No. This is why the Food and Drug Administration has not approved any of the vaccines. There is no approved vaccine from the Food and Drug Administration. So we're all just guinea pigs, which is why I did not want to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But I have to because for school.
Well, at least we're all in it together.
I have to move over. Okay. So I am skeptical of this vaccine. I took it. Of course, I had a soreness, my arm and everything. But I started itching. And so now I'm like, well, should I take the second one? Because they said in the literature that they give you, they said if you have adverse reactions, that those reactions would probably be worse when you take the second shot, which makes sense. Because if you're exposed to an allergen, the more you're exposed to it, you have more reaction. So that makes sense. But I haven't asked the pharmacist or the doctor yet, Actually, I know what they're going to say. They're going to say take an antihistamine and take the second shot.
Right.
That's what they're going to say. Just take an antihistamine before you go and take the second shot. But I'm like, do I want to do that?
But was itching from the vaccine for sure? 100%?
Yes, for sure, 100%.
Okay.
Yes,
maybe it
sure.
was.
I mean, I hadn't. Yes, there's no. Yes.
Okay. All right.
100%.
I don't pay attention to stuff like that. Something happened. People are like, well, what did you eat? I don't know. I think people sometimes connect stuff and.
But it could have been mental too, because I didn't want to take the vaccine. So I am aware that all of that does play a part. But that doesn't mean it won't be worse the second time, because I still don't want to take the vaccine.
Right, yeah, you still don't want to take it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
So I am skeptical about these vaccines. I really am.
Well, we'll see. Next time we do a show, you will have taken... Will you have taken yours? When do you take your second one?
June the 9th.
Oh, I take mine tomorrow.
Yeah, you do.
A second one. Me and my daughter, Renee. So if we don't do a next show, it's because we have turned into zombies. And I probably bit you, so you would probably also be a zombie. So
do zombies bite people?
I think so. I don't know.
I've never watched a zombie movie, so I don't understand why people are so... all I've seen about zombies is they look crazy, and then they get close to people, and they go, ah! And then the screen goes black. I'm like, I don't know what the zombies do to you.
No, they eat. If they bite you, then you get infected too, and you then can be a zombie.
So they're like Dracula.
Yes, they're like Dracula. Only they eat you. Dracula just wants to bite you and turn you into another vampire.
They don't eat all of you because you couldn't turn into a zombie if you.
Well, I guess that's true, but you get away. If they bite you and start eating you, then you get away. I don't know. I've never seen The Walking Dead, or this is the old school zombies.
Okay.
So anyway,
yeah, I don't know.
You probably won't be turned into a zombie with the vaccine. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't want nothing else either.
We got a new strain.
Wear your mask.
It's a new strain
Stay
from
away
India.
from people.
There's a new strain from India here.
So wear your mask and stay away from people. Wash your hands.
People, this America. This America. People ain't gonna do that.
Listen.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm in America.
People just ready to just be free. I'm like, I'll
That's
wear my
right.
mask.
This is the land of the free. Home of the brave.
That's why most people got meningococcal. Because we free. Messing around with everything and everybody, being nasty.
Yeah. Okay, that's another one. That's good. That's another video.
Land of the free.
She said land of the free. All right.
All right, so that's it for saving us. If you enjoyed this episode, we hope you did. Just like us, keep watching us, share us. We love you. Bye.
Bye.